The Tennessee Titans went 7-10 last year. They didn't qualify for the playoffs. Some notable losses include Robert Woods, Austin Hooper, Ben Jones, Nate Davis, Bud Dupree, David Long Jr., and Zach Cunningham. Some notable additions include Will Levis, Tajay Spears, DeAndre Hopkins, Andre Dillard, Pete Skoronsky, Aziz Al-Shahir, Arden Key, and Sean Murphy Bunting. They go from the 24th, tied for 24th in strength of schedule, to 28th, and they promoted Tim Kelly to offensive coordinator. So what do you think about the Titans?
I I don't have much hope for him. Which is crazy because what, like 3 years ago they were one of the teams in the AFC. But I mean, looking at their roster, they got three quarterbacks and they don't know who they're rolling with. I mean, right now it's got to be what, Tannehill. Um, I mean, you drafted Malik last year, gave him a shot after Tannehill played terrible. Then he didn't do anything, so then you go and draft a guy out of Kentucky who really wasn't all that special anyway. And then from reports that you've seen out of, just camps already, he's off to a bad start in camp. So it's like, if you're coming into the season with three guys that it's a who are we starting this week? I mean, you're already behind the eight ball, especially in the division like we just talked about with the Jaguars. So um, you can add a guy like DeAndre Hopkins all you want, and he can come out here and say that, yeah, it's because the Titans are ready to win when we know he's full of crap and his wallet's fat. But um, yeah, they'll finish second in the division. They won't sniff a wild card, and it sucks because I really like Mike Vrabel, even if he was a New England guy all those years. I mean, he's a fun coach, but yeah, I don't even think a guy like Mike Tomlin could will this roster to a playoff spot, which is saying a lot because Mike Tomlin's awesome. But yeah, they finished 7-10 last year. Their strength of schedule actually improves for them, but I think they're going backwards. I have them winning 5 games.
I could see the 5 wins. Like it's almost impressive that you have three quarterbacks on your roster and none of them are good. Um, I don't really have much to say. Like they're not going to really be competitive. I don't think. Like they're benefit from an easy division with the Colts and Texans, but other than that, they're not going to catch the Jags. And it, Derrick Henry's not going to even be able to carry that team. So I could see 5 wins and I could see like three.
Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry might not be able to save this team. I say might because it is Derrick Henry. I mean, best running back of this like generation right here, this era right here of this in an era where teams are looking for two running backs. Derrick Henry's still taking the load by himself. I respect that a lot, especially with the situation that's going on with a ton of running backs. I'm sure the Titans are the only team that are willing to spend whatever they want to keep Derrick Henry on the team. And regardless of age, there were so many people last year that were like, Derrick Henry's going to take a step back. He really didn't. I mean, age is not hitting him yet. I mean, who knows? It might not ever, just because of his sure size. That if he, as long as he keeps that size, he could play another 5, 6, 7 years if he wanted to. Who knows? As long as he keeps that size and that speed, because he's got that weird speed that for his size, it's insane to watch. Um, Tan I've always thought Tannehill's pretty average. He's only as good as the team around him. Which means that I mean with DeAndre Hopkins, uh, the receiver they drafted last year, um, Henry, the offensive line is not that good. I am shocked. The offensive line just was awful. A couple years ago, this offensive line was one of the best offensive lines in football, and then this past year, what happened? Like that, this you had all this money you could have paid this offensive line, like Jack Conklin and some other guys, but you didn't do that. I mean, they go and they sign Andre Dillard. You signed Andre Dillard. Andre Dillard did nothing on the Eagles. He was a first round pick That was honestly a waste of a first round pick. He's not that great. I mean, Jordan Mailata, seventh round pick, outplayed him, and Mailata's huge. So, but Peter Skronsky I had them drafting him because I think that was the smartest decision. Um, Will Levis is not good. I watched him at Penn State. I've watched him at Kentucky. I've never seen. He's just Taysom Hill with a stronger arm, and that's not good. Um, I mean, he's very good mobile quarterback. If you want to use him like a Taysom Hill, he'll be perfect for that. I think that's something that a lot of people forget, especially at Penn State. He could run and catch the ball. Um, Malik Willis is outplaying him. I heard Malik Willis has stepped up. I was a huge fan of Malik going into last year. It sucks that his team around him sucks. So, yeah, I don't know I don't know. I don't even know. I guess you do go with Tannehill. I'm shocked that I guess they might look to draft another quarterback next year at this point. If none of these three quarterbacks pan out, what do you do next year? At that point, if I'm Mike Vrabel, I leave. I say bye. I'm going to go to another team that has actual competent front office and ownership. Um, Defense has just looks average every year. It's the Titans. Byard's at safety. He's going to be great every single year, but he's going to be the best player. It's not like you're going to add anyone. They lose Bud Dupree. They add Arden Key. It's like you didn't really do all that much. You go from Zach Cunningham to Azeez Al-Shahir. Defense really doesn't look any better or worse. And DeAndre Hopkins, I haven't even talked about him, but that offense is not built around a receiver. Like there's no AJ Brown was held back in that offense. Let's just think about that. AJ Brown was held back in that offense. No, why if I'm a receiver, why would I go to Tennessee? Because I want money? Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins basically did that. He doesn't care about a ring. It's DeAndre Hopkins' fault that he's not going to have a Super Bowl ring at the end of his career unless he goes to another team after this. Um, that's his own fault. I don't. I he gave everybody a list of like five teams and five quarterbacks that he would love to play for, and what three or four of those teams reached out to him, gave him tryouts. He had New England giving him a tryout, who's basically in the same boat that Tennessee is, and you're like, let me decide between New England and Tennessee, but you could have played for Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, or Buffalo if he took a discount. The Hopkins and Diggs would have been crazy. But no, that's his own fault. If DeAndre Hopkins isn't a Hall of Famer, I won't be shocked because I know I've never liked the Hopkins. I think he's always just been kind of not I've always held him back a tier. Um That's his fault. I'm upset at him. There's so many other things. There's so many other things he could have done this off season, and he chose to go to the Titans. Wow. Yeah. I'm sorry, Titans fans. That whole team is so clustered that I don't know what to even. I don't know how you fix it. At that point, hit the reset. Trade Derrick Henry. Just wash out the quarterback room. Trade trade Malik, cut Tannehill, keep Levis to maybe compete with a rookie next year, or use any draft picks on Henry and maybe sign a running back because you'll have cap space. Get rid of Hopkins. You can keep your young receivers. Do the offensive line, and you know what? If I'm Mike Vrabel, I'm leaving in like the next couple years.
They get to play the Colts twice a year, so that's a plus.
Yeah, they, I didn't even speak about what I think the record is going to be. Um,
They got two at least.
Yeah, they at least got two.
maybe like see, like Derrick Henry's so good. It's so fun to watch him because he's just so much bigger than everyone. I'm gonna give Derrick Henry 5 wins. So that's a total of 5 wins for the Titans. Oh man.